Today in cannabis news, in Arkansas, a pair of adult-use cannabis legalization proposals are submitted. In Texas, a poll shows that a majority of Texas residents, including a majority of registered Republicans, support sweeping statewide cannabis policy updates. And in Ohio, signatures are gathered for a statewide cannabis legalization proposal. It's Wednesday, November 24th, and this is your Trichomes Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the Trichomes.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, in Arkansas, a pair of adult-use cannabis legalization proposals have been submitted. The first, known as the Arkansas Recreational Marijuana Amendment of 2022, was submitted by Arkansas True Grass and would enable adults 21 years or older to buy a maximum of 4 ounces of cannabis daily with a recreational permit. Visitors to the state would be entitled to buy a maximum of 1 ounce of cannabis. The second, known as the Arkansas Marijuana Amendment of 2022, was submitted by Arkansans for marijuana reforms. Adults would be allowed to acquire a maximum of 5 ounces of dried cannabis, as well as buy edibles or extracts under the bill. Both bills call for the expungement of records for those with prior cannabis charges. To appear on the November 2022 ballot, each organization must collect over 89,000 petition signatures and have their proposals validated by the Arkansas Electoral Board.
Next up, according to a poll conducted by the University of Houston and Texas Southern University, 67% of Texas residents support sweeping statewide cannabis policy updates. Of them, a majority of 51% of Republican participants stated they support legalizing cannabis. Thoughts on reform on policies regarding additional banned substances, including methamphetamine, was also asked in the survey. The majority of participants were against it, with only 16% indicating backing. Progressives and younger adults, like in the majority of polls so far, were the most inclined to support adult-use cannabis legalization. The initiative has the support of 79% of Democratic and 70% of independent voters. Notably, the poll reveals support for cannabis legalization by a majority of registered Republicans in a state in which cannabis policy reforms have languished under a GOP majority state legislature.
Last up, Ohio lawyer Thomas Herron, a member of the Coalition to Regulate Marijuana Like Alcohol, believes that sufficient signatures will be collected to submit a bill that would authorize recreational cannabis consumption, possession, and purchase. The group started what is called an initiated statute in the state. It outlined the structure of a statewide adult-use cannabis system. The Ohio General Assembly has 4 months to move on the issue if state authorities deem the group obtained the needed 133,000 legitimate signatures. If legislators falter, campaigners will need to collect extra signatures in order to put the bill up for popular vote in the upcoming general election. Possession of a maximum of 2.5 ounces of cannabis or 15 grams of cannabis extracts is permitted under the bill. Persons in Ohio could buy cannabis at a dispensary or cultivate 2 plants per person per residence.
That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and updates from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit trichomes.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Tech and Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation wherever you get your podcasts. For Trichomes.com, I'm RJ Balde.
And I'm Devin Leal. Have a great day.